Okay, so macaroni and cheese is a one-day lab, okay? Let's start with equipment that we need. Write this down on number 1. We need the 1 cup dry, 1 cup dry, the 1/4 cup dry, the large liquid measuring cup, measuring spoons, medium mixing bowl, small mixing bowl, and 4 custard cups. All right, you need all 4.
Oh yeah, 2.
Okay. So first thing that you need to do before the bell rings, if you are the cook, you need to get your stock pot. You need to fill it halfway filled with water. Put the lid on and turn it to high, okay, to bring it to a boil. Okay, and then we're gonna be assistant cook. So, assistant cook, the first thing that you're gonna get is 2 cups of dried macaroni. This is one that you need to shake a little bit and level it with your hand. It goes in the medium mixing bowl. Write that down. Medium mixing bowl, or M bowl. Okay, so you need 2 of those. All right, butter. We need 2 tablespoons. So if you look at the butter, it is broken down into tablespoons. You need 2. So you're gonna take the knife and you're gonna cut it at when you have 2, okay? So there should be no butter left up there at the end of the lab. And it's gonna stay on your tray.
Oof.
Okay? All right, this is boiling, so I just wanna show you how you know it's boiling. Okay? 1, there is
bubbles.
steam coming out. Okay? 2, there are large bubbles. Okay? Big bubbles, not little bubbles. Large bubbles. All right, so that's ready. So what I'm gonna do, because I've already measured my pasta, I'm gonna bring it back to my kitchen. Okay? And my cook is gonna start. You're gonna take the lid off. You're gonna keep the lid off. And you are going to get your pasta spoon and you're going to give it a stir. And how many minutes am I going to set it for? Look at your paper. 10. So set your timer for 10 minutes. All right, I'm back to being the assistant cook. Okay, so I just got butter. Next thing I need is 2 cups of milk. Okay, make sure you take it off of the tray. And do exactly 2 cups. If you make this at home, you need whole milk, okay? Because you need the fat in whole milk to make the sauce thick. Okay, then we need 2 cups of shredded cheddar cheese. It's gonna go in the small bowl. Make note of that on your recipe. Okay, small bowl. Now, you can change the flavor of mac and cheese by changing the types of cheese that you use. We are using cheddar and Parmesan. We need 1/4 of a cup of Parmesan. So you can scoop it, level it off. This is gonna go in a custard cup. Okay, write that down on your paper. Next, you're gonna get dry mustard. Now you guys, this does not taste like real yellow mustard. Real yellow mustard has vinegar in it. This is just dried mustard seeds, okay? And it is gonna go into a custard cup. You need 1 teaspoon. Then you need 1/4 of a cup flour. Remember, you spoon it till it is overflowing or heaping, and then you level it off. And this goes in a custard cup. Then the last 3 ingredients all go in the same custard cup. Okay, so you need pepper. You need 1/4 of a teaspoon of pepper. You need 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And then the tapatio, you guys, is optional. Okay, what does optional mean?
You could put it if you want.
You can put it if you want. It adds a little kick, okay, just a slight little spice. But if your whole kitchen doesn't want it, you don't need to put it in. It is a tablespoon. Okay, and you're gonna come back to your kitchen. Okay, and you're gonna hand it over to the cook. All right, cook should be stirring this pasta every 2 to 3 minutes because it does stick to the bottom. And we're gonna cook it till it is al dente. And al dente means to the tooth, which means that when you bite it, there's a little bit of give. Okay, there's a little crunch to it. All right, so we've done 1, we've done 2, we're on step 3. In the large saucepan, over medium-high heat, you're gonna melt the butter and slowly whisk the flour into the butter. Okay, you're gonna whisk it vigorously, then you are going to cook it for 1 minute. So, looking at the control dial, you need to turn it to the second blue dot. Let me move that, that's the front. Okay, and I'm gonna get the whisk. Okay, and you're gonna slowly start to melt this. Now what you're doing by making this is you are making what is called a roux. A roux is a French word, okay? And it is butter and flour together and cooked. And what it does is it makes a sauce thick, okay? So that's what we're making first. And then what we're making with the roux is called a bechamel sauce. And bechamel means white sauce, okay? You can change this white sauce flavor depending on the different types of cheese and herbs you put into it. Okay, so let's say, for example, you like blue cheese. Okay, blue cheese is good on steak. So you can make this cheese sauce and add blue cheese and then put that over steak. Okay, you could change the macaroni based on different types of cheeses, okay, that you put in. All right, now the one issue that can arise with this, the one problem, is that you guys could burn it. All right, so you have to be very careful. Once the butter is all the way melted, okay, you can dump the flour in and you're gonna whisk it till it is looking sort of like cookie dough. Okay, whisk in all the flour so you don't see any white. And then you're gonna cook it for how long? What does your recipe say? How long? 1 minute. Okay? So time it, and you're gonna have to whisk it, okay? So but you want it to cook a little, then whisk, cook a little, then whisk. Okay? Also make sure that you're stirring your pasta. If you are the cook, you can make your assistant cook or helper 1 in charge of the pasta, okay? You can make them in charge of the pasta so that way you're concentrating on the sauce, okay? Looking at your recipe, why this is cooking for a minute. Number 5, in bold and capital letters, it says very slowly add a small amount of milk, about 2 tablespoons, and whisk it into the flour mixture. You are going to continue to do that slowly until all the milk has been added. If you add it too quickly or too much, your sauce is not going to turn out. It's going to be lumpy. Okay, so this is cooked for a minute. I'm going to Oh, I'm sorry. I gotta put the spices in. I forgot that part. So put the spices, the mustard, take it off the heat. The mustard and the tapatio and salt. Okay, and again, take it off the heat when you do that. Whisk it together. Okay, and now you're going to slowly add the milk. Okay, so shh, guys. Okay, so you're going to add enough so that it covers the bottom of the pan, and you are going to whisk it until all of the milk disappears. Okay, do not add more milk at this point because then you will have lumpy mac and cheese. You need to whisk it till it all mixes in and it becomes smooth. Okay, so this process takes some time. Okay, so you mix it till all the milk is gone. Then you add a little bit more and you do the same process. Okay, keeping it on the heat. Sorry, James.
It's fine.
I just got milk on me. If the mixture gets stuck in the whisk, just make sure that you tap it on the side. Okay, my pasta is almost done. Make sure you have the colander in the sink. Okay, mix this till this is totally smooth. Okay, then you're gonna add in a little bit more milk. So you basically add in the milk about 5 to 6 times before it is gone. The slower you do it, the quicker the sauce will become ready. Okay, so now we are going to cook the white sauce until it is thick and bubbly, about 5 to 7 minutes. Keep stirring with the whisk, okay? You're gonna let it sit for about a minute, then stir it. Sit for a minute, then stir. Okay, this is almost ready, so I have my colander inside my sink. You're gonna ask people to move out of your way when you go to dump it, and you're gonna dump the water away from you, not towards you. Okay, make sure you stir it at least a couple times to get the pasta from not sticking on the bottom, so that all the pasta will come out when you dump it. Okay, I gotta stir this. Make sure you get the corners, the edge of the pan, not really corners, the edge of the pan and the center. Okay, take the pasta, pour it away from you, and then macaroni, you guys, tends to hang out, have water hang out in it, so you do need to shake it really well to get all the water out, otherwise your macaroni and cheese will be watery. Okay, so get the water out, come back to the sauce. Again, you can have helper 1 or helper 2 do the pasta while you're concentrating on the sauce. Okay, it is not thick or bubbly yet. Looking at our recipe, 8, you're gonna add the cheese to the white sauce mixture, remove it from the heat and stir until completely melted. Okay, do not use your whisk to add the cheese. You need to use this spoon. Everybody should be looking up here, this spoon. All right, see how it's starting to bubble? It's getting thicker. Okay, so 5 to 7 minutes till it is thick. Okay, look at your papers on the back side, please. We are gonna skip number 3 and we're gonna go to 4. What other things could you add to macaroni and cheese? Well, we already are adding that, so Tapatio. Last period, we talked about bacon,
Oh, hell yeah.
chicken, mushrooms, different types of cheese. So you just need to write down 2 things. Okay, and then number 5, al dente. What does that mean? What did I say?
Like crunchy.
A little crunchy, and it means T-O-O, the tooth. T-O-O-T-H, to the tooth. All right, you can see, guys, this is getting thicker. Okay, it's bubbly. See how the bubbles are thick? Okay, so I'm gonna cook it a little bit. All right, and then 6, what is the one unexpected problem that can arise? You could burn it.
Ow.
The milk. You could burn the milk. All right, so I'm going to take it off the heat. I'm going to turn my thing off. I'm going to take the whisk out. You're going to add in the cheddar. Okay, stir it till it is completely melted. Okay, then you're going to add in the Parmesan. Stir that. All right, then our directions tell us to add the pasta and stir it. Okay, so that the pasta gets coated. Again, we're off the heat. Shake the pasta one last time before you bring it over. Make sure all the water is out. Get all your pasta in. Then you're going to stir it. Okay, so that the cheese sauce goes in the noodles. Okay. And then you're going to serve it up. And that is it. Okay? Questions?